Hey everyone, so did you catch the shocking conclusion of Daredevil Born Again Season 1? If you thought the season started with intense action and gripping drama, the last episode takes it to a whole new level. Picture this: Daredevil, the hero of Hell's Kitchen, standing at a crossroads, outgunned, and desperately in need of an army to fight the most powerful villain in the MCU, Kingpin. But wait, there's also a post-credits scene that will absolutely blow your mind. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. It's like finding an extra fry in your fast food bag. You weren't expecting it, but suddenly, it makes everything just a little more perfect. So let's dive into this gripping finale, the tangled web of alliances, deceptions, and of course, those juicy post-credit moments that will have you begging for Season 2. As we jump back into Daredevil Born Again, we find ourselves in the midst of chaos, with Kingpin wielding ultimate power as the mayor of New York City. Talk about the ultimate life hack. He's turning the Big Apple into his personal playground, where crime and corruption flourish under the veil of legitimacy. It's like being at a party where the host is also the DJ, the bartender, and the guy turning off the lights when people get a little too rowdy. Having total control. He's building a fortress where he can strut around in his suits without a concern in the world, all while conducting his underbelly business as if it's a corporate board meeting gone wrong. And, of course, while Kingpin is flexing his corrupt muscles, our grim Avenger Frank Castle, aka the Punisher, is tuning into the radio waves, eavesdropping like a teenage kid at a party who just found the adult drinks. Now, Frank hears whispers of an anti-vigilante task force rolling back to Red, probably not for a friendly game of Monopoly. They want him captured, not dead, because Kingpin sees Frank as a valuable asset. They're convinced he's just a gun-toting lunatic, which is ironic since this guy's bullets have more focus than most of our life decisions. When Frank finally confronts these wannabe bounty hunters, it's less about a friendly chat and more of a hilariously bloody misunderstanding. They're firing blanks, probably hoping to disarm him, their hesitation turning into a chaotic game of tag gone horribly wrong. After making quick work of his captors, he's thrown into a cage along with other heroes, basically a villainous trophy case for Kingpin. Just like that, he goes from Punisher to Resident Evil's next potential escapee. In his prison of misplaced admiration, Frank drops some wisdom on his captors, who clearly don't understand who he is. They think he's some twisted version of a hero who enjoys killing. Frank sets the record straight. He's not out for blood just for fun. No, folks. He's motivated by rage and a need for justice after losing his family to the very same corruption Kingpin thrives on. It's almost like being stuck next to a guy at a party who won't stop talking about his ex. Intense, but also inspiring in a very twisted way. Meanwhile, our blind hero, Daredevil, is assessing the situation. He realizes he can't storm the Kingpin's castle alone. This is not a one-man job. He needs an army. And no, not just any army. Daredevil is looking for the kind of good cops who've watched too many episodes of Cops and decided that they want to become vigilante sidekicks this season. The tension mounts as he brings in loyal allies like Agent Kim and Cherry, while Josie's bar becomes the secret HQ. It's like the Avengers, but with more beer and less CGI. And here's the kicker. Kingpin addresses the city, twisting the narrative like a seasoned politician. He claims the blackout was the work of vigilantes trying to destroy peace. What a plot twist. It's like blaming your pet for the mess you made after a late-night snack binge. He officially declares martial law, a move that lets him establish illegal laws while wearing a politician's hat. Climax and post-credit scene. As we hurtle toward the climactic showdown of Season 1, the stakes couldn't be higher. Daredevil is facing the grim realization that he can't just kick down Kingpin's door and confront him head-on. He needs a strategic plan. This isn't your average street brawl. This is a war for the soul of New York City. We see Daredevil on the rooftop, staring down at the chaos that has engulfed the city. "I need an army," he says, the gravity of the situation weighing heavily on him. This isn't just about taking down Kingpin. It's about saving lives and bringing justice back to Hell's Kitchen. Daredevil's not looking for glory. He's fighting for the very city he loves, like a knight without a shining armor, desperately trying to transport us back to an age of heroes. Cutting to Kingpin, he's busily consolidating his power, using the martial law as a cover to eliminate any last shred of opposition. He spins a narrative of fear, painting Daredevil and the vigilantes as public enemies, effectively criminalizing heroism under the guise of restoring peace. Picture this. Kingpin, suit perfectly tailored, surrounded by a backdrop of billboards declaring, "Justice is chaos." It's truly the height of hypocrisy. Talk about the ultimate mic drop moment in the middle of his self-righteous speech. Kingpin claims he's preserving a delicate balance, but we all know it's just a facade for his criminal web where he pulls the strings of corruption. In a profound twist, he even dismisses the police force's actions as mere cleanup, executing a power play so manipulative that it makes Machiavelli look like a kindergarten teacher. His recent actions lead to a crime wave just to justify his iron-fisted control over New York, and the potency of this deception sends chills through the city. Back to our hero. Daredevil knows he has to gather resources, and fast. He reaches out to his allies, rallying the good cops who are itching to take back their city. The scene is electric, with Rosa Parks-level determination. Agent Kim, Cherry, and Josie find themselves in this makeshift battleground, pledging themselves to the cause. And here's the kicker. Josie still doesn't realize Matt is Daredevil. Talk about an awkward family dinner waiting to unfold. As the tension escalates, we see Daredevil in his training montage, part Batman, part Rocky Balboa. He pulls on old memories, visualizing his friends, faces of those superheroes who once stood beside him. He gears up for the inevitable confrontation, reminding us all why we love this character. He fights for the people, the underdogs, the ones who can't fight for themselves, just like so many of us wish we could do in our everyday lives. And then the moment arrives. The palpable tension can be cut with a knife as the camera shifts to the chaotic streets of New York, where Kingpin's thugs are out in full force. Gunfire erupts, and the scene is a thrilling frenzy of action, taking us back to the frenetic energy fans loved in the original Daredevil series. It's chaos among chaos, as both sides clash in an epic ballet of violence, bravery, and broken bonds. Rain falls, blood spills, the perfect gritty backdrop for a mesmerizing showdown. But wait, there's more. Just when we think Daredevil has the upper hand, he's faced with overwhelming odds. At this point, viewers are gasping, leaning forward in their chairs, teetering on the edge of their seats, fearing for their hero. Will he get captured? Will he rally his troops in time? And then, with impeccable timing, we transition to the post-credit scene because, as we all know, Marvel loves a good after-show surprise. The mid-credit scene opens dramatically back at Kingpin's lair, the very heart of his twisted empire. There's an eerie silence interrupted only by the distant sounds of New York City, a stark contrast to the action we just witnessed. Kingpin, pleased with himself, surveys his collection, not of priceless art, but of caged captives. Yes, the Punisher is among them, locked up like a prized fish in an aquarist's showcase. Emphasis on prized because we all know Frank doesn't want to play nice. Now, let's pause here for a moment to appreciate the pure absurdity of the situation. Frank Castle, the Punisher, is portrayed as a trophy in Kingpin's twisted hunting lodge. It's practically a villain's "look what I've collected" moment. He's not just the most dangerous man alive. He's also become a gold star on Kingpin's wall, a grim reminder of power and control gone awry. As Kingpin struts in, his guards shuffle nervously. Clearly, they know who has the real power here. It's like that moment when you realize your big-mouthed uncle wasn't just joking about that one funny thing he did at the family reunion. Kingpin then begins the monologue of the century, throwing out threats and dismissive laughter that only further establishes him as the devil in this urban hellscape. Enter Frank and his master plan, a true display of intellect and grit. He sizes up the guards, and, in an act of sheer cunning, pulls a classic move. He tricks one into a handshake. This scene plays out in slow motion like an epic heist movie, making us feel every heartbeat, every breath. Will this plan actually work? Spoiler, it does. In a well-timed maneuver that has me laughing and cringing at once, Frank pulls the guard in close, grabs the keys, and pops that arm like it's a flimsy party balloon. The guard's horrified expression sets the tone as Frank successfully escapes his cage. It's the kind of hilarious yet brutal twist that makes you question your own sanity. After all, wouldn't every superhero like to take out their nemesis's guards with a trick like that? Now, with freedom as his ally, Frank is poised to reconnect with his former companions, likely reaching out to Karen Page or even Daredevil himself. The sequence teases their inevitable alliance, suggesting that come Season 2, we'll witness an explosive return to the streets of New York. The anticipation is palpable. Can you imagine the chaos they will unleash together against Kingpin's regime? The camera fades to black, and we're left with mixed emotions. Are we ready for an all-out war in Season 2? Will Frank and Matt's paths intertwine once more? It's a story ripe with potential, and the build-up ensures that viewers will be left on the edge of their seats, counting down the days until we can delve back into the murky underbelly of Hell's Kitchen. So there you have it. The climax and post-credit scene painted in vivid detail to showcase the tension, the stakes, and the excitement that fans are eagerly awaiting in the next season. The setup is not just thrilling, it's downright electrifying. What do you think will happen next? Let's speculate together. So what did you think of the thrilling ride that was Season 1 of Daredevil Born Again? With an epic conclusion and a post-credit scene that practically shouts, Season 2 will be a blast, I'm here for it. What are your predictions or wild theories going into the new season? Make sure to drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any updates on Daredevil or our daily Marvel madness. Thanks for watching Superhero Bowl fam. Stay heroic.